Hello and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your daily reading for the 26th of November. It is an incredibly abundant day because we have both cats here. We have Stella and Star both looking out the window. Stella's looking out the window there. If I hold it up, you can see her like that. And Star's just decided to come and join us for the reading. So this is the daily reading for Friday, the 26th of November. We shall get stuck into this, shall we? What beautiful energy do we have coming through for the day? I might have to hold the cards up because Star's kind of sitting in the limelight, as he likes to be in the light, shining bright. So, okay. As an overall energy, we have the Soul Shrinker. My goodness, okay. Around home, we have the Ra. Love and relationships. Money and career. We have the Fairy who was kissed by the Pixies reversed. Love and relationships, we have Penelope Dreamweaver. And as a message from the universe, we have Nellis the Alchemist. Okay, what a fascinating little day we have coming on here. And I'm just going to pull, Star really doesn't like these, but I'm going to pull, Stelly's gone. And I'm going to pull, we have the tree of life coming in. Look at him right next to Star's head. The tree of life. So there is new growth coming through. In fact, it's like some sort of ancient, it's got some sort of esoteric knowledge attached to this growth. So soul growth. But yeah, there is a sense that a cycle has ended and a new one is about to begin. So yeah, beautiful energy. So we have Soul Shrinker coming in and he looks pretty scary. And what he does is he actually brings to our attention the things that our wounds, basically, our spiky points, the things that are really bothering us and are actually drawing and taking from our energy. And he brings this to our attention purely to enlighten us that this is what we're doing. We're giving away our power. So yeah, it's a day where I think that you might get poked. It's like poking the bear a little bit, but there is a sense that if you can manage to not get caught up in the drama of it and actually detach yourself and watch, there's a whole heap of knowledge. He's actually teaching you a lot about what things kind of really push your buttons. So yeah, he's an interesting energy when he comes out. The thing is that he's right next to Nellis the Alchemist, and what it makes me think as a message from the universe, just as an overall energy of the day, is that she's leading the way, the path into the future. She's releasing that energy of the past. And at the very tail end of a cycle, that's when the Soul Shrinker comes out right next to Nellis, because it's those very last things that they're saying we want you to be aware of, but we don't want you to bring this with you into the next cycle. And she's the one that he's actually working. They were actually, even though they look totally different, these energies are working together to help you end a cycle and help you step into the new. So yeah, it's actually very, very powerful and interesting energies coming through here. And there's a transitional energy happening. So saying goodbye to that Soul Shrinker, that energy that was, I just got the words despot. So like someone that kind of was taking power or using power or that they shouldn't. So yeah, it's kind of interesting energy. Around the home, we have the Ra. So this is a sense of overcoming something around the home. Things are looking up. Things are starting to look good and it's rising above something. So yeah, there's hope with this around the house. And the house can represent, when I say house, it can represent so many things. House is sometimes representative of your sense of self. It can represent houses of parliament. So, it does feel like there is a sense of being able to, something that's been there for a long time, lifting yourself and freeing yourself from a burden or a lower vibrational energy. And again, that soul shrinker comes in and helps you release from that. So we have career and finance reversed, the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. And it's kind of interesting that this has come in reversed, because it's kind of saying, I feel like that soul shrinker could very much be attached to your work situation. There might not be a lot of love happening between a relationship. This might be highlighted. The fact that a lot of good feeling is actually going out rather than coming in. And I feel like, might be a particular person, an energy around you that's to do with this, with career and finance and that kind of real, that world that inhabits, that might trigger that soul shrinking energy here. And it just feels like it's all flowing out. It's all going the opposite direction. So, I think that, this week's been an interesting week. I mean, we started off with the feline, which was out of sorts, grumpiness. And then it's like just like little bits of poking occasionally throughout the week amidst all this higher vibrational energy that's happening as well. And we have in love and relationships, Penelope Dreamweaver coming in. She's just been hovering around a lot of late. And she returns a dream to you. She brings a dream back. And I do feel like this is, with love and relationships, this can also just be you in the reading rather than, so it can be shown in very different forms. And that seems to be an interesting theme for the day, looking at the different forms that things can take, because it's more than one. And exactly like we were saying with the soul shrinker, that can look like something, but it might actually be something totally different. And like I said, he's actually an enlightened being that's here to teach you an energy that can bring you towards enlightenment. But he can also be that raw part of anger. It can also be a part that used to be human that's been neglected. So there's a real abandonment and neglect with him as well. He's a bit like the energy of now, because I'm now being shown like the energy of like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings, where it was someone that was once human. I mean, not human, but, he was a hobbit. But then he took this other form, eventually descended into a different form, because he got lured in by the power of the ring, really. But essentially he has two forms, and this seems to be such an interesting theme for the day. Like I said, his form has changed, and that might be something or someone you've noticed with this, the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. Someone's appearing differently in your eyes. You're seeing them differently. But this is something to do with, I think it's a work relationship or a relationship with someone to do with money. But in terms of your relationship to yourself, and this can even be a couple as well, this could be returning someone to you, a long-lost love or an energy of that. But I do feel like that this is actually, for most of you, this is more of an individual energy of, again, a dream returning. And it's all part of this new cycle that's coming up here, starting up here with Nellis, the alchemist, where she brings you forward into the future and lightens your frequency so that you're able to walk forward with this high vibrational frequency and let go of those lower vibrations that are around you. And so, it's definitely a future vision appears, but it appears amidst some chaos, amidst some cracks opening, amidst some tumultuous feelings and emotions. But in this higher realm, it's actually opening up lots of different aspects of yourself, really, to shine the light into that so that you can release and move forward. So it's a day of visionary moving forward and ending of a cycle, but there's chaos associated with it. So it can be uncomfortable, but it's important to know that it is, and there is a cycle ending here. And there is this very higher vibrational energy that's actually pulling you through. It's a bit like an initiation from fire or going through the birth canal. It's the last difficult stage before you're going into this new energy, this rebirth, this new cycle. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.